How goes it, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Patterson L Properties. Today's subject matter is going to be talking about the one, the only, Mr. Don Peebles. Now, this story is near and dear to my heart because Mr. Don Peebles hails from the DMV area, but he is an old school Washingtonian from Washington, D.C. Okay, and Mr. Don, the infamous Mr. Don Peebles, has set the bar pretty high in real estate investment community. Okay. He has created a $500 million fund for minority real estate developers. Mr. Don Peebles is known to be a successful real estate mogul who is planning on lending capital to minorities, women in areas like New York, Los Angeles, my town, and South Florida. I think that this is awesome because for most people, you know, they have all these great ideas, a great entrepreneurial spirit, a real estate investment spirit, but they do not have the right mentorship and they definitely do not have the right capital at all. The founder of the company known as Peebles Corp. Now they announced that the fund at the real estate media company's annual residential real estate event. Mr. Peebles runs one of the nation's top privately held real estate investment and development firms that specializes in residential hospitality, retail, and mixed-use commercial properties across the United States of America. The main thing is for Mr. Peebles is that reflecting on minorities and female developers, ensuring that they have access to capital has been one of the biggest challenges. Mr. Peebles stated, he stated that I look at how to address that for a number of years. He's been looking at it for a number of years. No one in the country is doing this on a national level. So Mr. Peebles says his firm will examine ways to support the emerging developers. Through co-developing or partnerships, he hopes the fund will help mitigate risks and help them grow quicker. And I am all about that because one thing is true: in order to change the landscape in major real estate investment industry, we need people like Mr. Peebles who haven't forgot where they come from, open doors, give hand-ups, opportunities, and not hand out opportunities. The fund will also invest in various projects in areas like Boston, Washington, D.C., Philadelphia, Charlotte, North Carolina, etc. And if you are in those areas, the fund will focus on urban infill projects ranging from between $10 to $17 million. The firm actually calls for various commercial and multifamily projects, particularly focusing on projects with affordable housing, because that is the new biggest thing. Because as most people realize, the cost of living in the United States is continuously going up, and affordable housing is something that is not on the rise. So people like him are trying to ensure that people have a affordable place to live. I was even watching a show called Earn at Your Leisure. You should check out their YouTube channel. Great guys from New York City. And they were talking to different former NBA players and about how they are in the real estate development industry. And a lot are in affordable housing parts of it too. They're not just making money, but they're actually ensuring that people who do not have as many means to have a decent place to live, have a shot at affordable housing so they don't have to live so far away from where they work at. We talk about, real working people. So I find that to be very interesting all at the same time, in my personal opinion. Now, back to the story at hand. Mr. Peebles' firm is actually targeting 60 deals in the fund, and he anticipates there will be similar funds in the future. Mr. Peebles stated that there is very positive, that is a very positive thing to have the developments that are taking place in communities of color, to have the projects be developed by people of color all at the same time. There's an untapped market, and Mr. Peebles' firm sees it as a win-win situation at the end of the day. Because Mr. Peebles' firm, Peebles Corporation firm, has been in business since 1983. So they're no strangers to this kind of challenges and things of that nature. And like people said, I remember hearing Mark Cuban say this one time: I made my money, so now it's time for me to give back, and give back in a way that I know that can help other people become better, become better at the end of the day, become their better selves. Okay, so his firm has been in the industry leader with a portfolio of active and completed developments exceeding 10 million square feet and $8 billion in cities like New York, Boston, Philadelphia, Washington, D.C., Charlotte, Miami, San Francisco, and Los Angeles, according to the firm's website. The thing is that I give Mr. Don Peebles a lot of credit because, he was born as Ray Donahue Peebles in Washington, D.C., and to this day, he he is still looking for ways to give back to his hometown and other parts of the United States. His career began as a real estate agent and a property appraiser within the Washington, D.C. metro area. He started a RDP Corporation, a residential and commercial real estate appraisal firm. Later on, he was appointed to be, and this was interesting, learning about this, on Washington Boards of Equalization and Review, the Real Estate Tax Appeals Board, currently known as the Board of Real Property Assessments and Appeals in Washington, D.C. area. And I believe this is under former mayor, I don't know why his name escapes me, but former mayor of D.C. We'll leave it at that. But anyways, back to the story at hand. I can't, like I said, it's tripping. I can't believe his name escapes me. I'm just like Marion Barry. That's like, I knew it was on the tip of my tongue. It's like, anyways, former mayor Marion Barry. So that, that I think is a great thing at the same time, because he has experience working in the private sector, working in local government, and because those kinds of experiences, whether people believe it or not, can help one in the future of business, because business people have to engage with all forms of government eventually. So if you have a specific knowledge on how government works, that actually can, help work to your advantage, one, and then two, make things a lot more strategic for you when it comes to your current and future investments. 1986, Mr. Peebles led a partnership and acquired this site for the first real estate development project, which was about 100,000 square foot, 9,300 meters, a Class A office building at 2100 Martin Luther King Avenue, Southeast DC. The building was the first new major commercial building built in Anacostia section of Washington, D.C. In decades. So Mr. Peebles was 27 years old at the time too, so bear in mind, pretty young man. When the project broke ground, so as you can see, is Mr. Peebles has entrepreneurship and real estate investment in his bloodline. Okay, he's got it honest. Because another great experience that gave him a taste of commercial real estate was when Mr. Peebles learned when he was actually on vacation with his family in the city of Miami, that the city of Miami was actually planning to solicit bids for a redevelopment of the 1930s Royal Palm Hotel. Now, Mr. Peebles won the project, developing it into a 420-room and suite oceanfront resort consisting of 3 towers in the heart of Miami Beach, Florida, overlooking the Atlantic Ocean. So if I was in the market to purchase and develop commercial real estate, you may want to look into the Peebles Corporation firm, because there are a lot of firms out there that are doing various different things and whatnot, but there's just different ways for people to become partners. I mean, like I said, Fundrise, Toaster Real Estate Fund, there's so many different ways, whether from the high end or the low end, people to become an investor in some sort of way. It is tax season, like I keep mentioning, and I will keep kicking the can down the road. If you're not going to buy real estate, that's fine, but it is in your best interest to try to invest in real estate, because you never know. By doing that, you can get some sort of a tax write-off. I mean, heck, when I just got finished doing my taxes today, I'm considered a partner in the Toaster Real Estate Fund because I've invested in it, and I like that. And you can become a partner in that firm, or you can try to become a partner with Mr. Peebles' firm if you have obviously the right mindset, the right capital and collateral, et cetera, and so forth. So you never know. Check their website out, see what they have going on, and hopefully it works out in your favor. Because at the end of the day, I want to see everybody exceed. People see me sharing stuff on Facebook and other social media platforms because I want to see everybody succeed, just like I hope everybody would want to see me succeed. So on that note, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Took a lot to get this video done today. Had some technical difficulties, but I'm glad I got it done. Always remember, you can't get fired if you own the company. It's 2020. It's all about LCCs and all kinds of different kinds of companies. Let's do it together, all right, family? Please like, please share, and hopefully you guys have a great day, all right? Take care.